What is up, YouTube, and welcome to a new video here on the channel. Something a little different this time though. Usually, right, you guys see me opening packs and doing this and that, right? You guys never really see this kind of videos, but something I really enjoy about FIFA, something I really enjoyed last year and I enjoy this year is icon swaps. And I focus so much on icon swaps because I love icons. So today I have for you guys a way to sort of, guide you guys on how to prepare for the next icon swaps badge. So January 1st, this Friday, we're gonna have the next 10 tokens for icon swaps. So we're gonna start off by looking back at last year and what they brought to us, the second badge of icon swaps 1. All right, so the second time around last year, right? They brought this to us. Okay, they brought in Europe Cup, Samba Squad, One Club Wonders, Premier League, Ligue 1, Serie A, and 2 more, which is the other 2 big leagues, right? And then Icon Swap Single Player, which was a squad battle games, right? There was 4 more. One of them being La Liga, or it's like La Liga MX, so the Mexican league. The Super League, which is the Turkish league. And then the third one was the EFL. And to further show you guys what we got last year, right? So here we have Icon Swaps 1. So we got these back in October, right? FIFA 21, we got Icon Swaps in December. These go back to October 11th. They dropped the first Icon Swaps objectives, right? And actually in this website, it's called it's FIFA Ultimate Team or FIFA UT or FIFA U Team. I'll be linking that in the description because it's a very, very helpful website to sort of help us figure out what we're looking to get in the next batch of icon swaps. So here they list us every single player you were able to unlock through icon swaps, right? So we have this one, win 9 FUT champion matches, right? We have this one where you had to win 3 matches using a full squad of gold players, right? Another one, right? Your basic, 7 first owner Premier League players, and so on and so on. But what was different from this year and last year, right? We didn't have the FUT champions. We didn't have, right, the gold players and stuff like that. But what we had was just Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, right? And obviously you get those little extra packs for these. EA gave us Eredivisie, MLS, EFL Championship, right? So if we look back to last year, what we're missing is the Chinese League, the Mexican League, and then the Turkish League, right? So I'm thinking that for the next badge of icon swaps you get, right, in FIFA 21, we're gonna see the likes of Turkish League, Chinese League, and the Mexican League, and they can even toss in a Liga NOS in there, right? So it's like the common, sort of not top leagues that we have in FIFA 21. While as the icon swaps, right? Last year for the second badge, we saw Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, and Ligue 1 again, right? So I can see that happening again, but I can also see them doing nations this time. And last year, the second badge, what they did was not only did they drop the top 5 leagues, but they also dropped a UCL, like 11-player UCL team where you needed to win 7 games using the 7 or 11 UCL players in the starting 11, right? They also had a Samba squad, which is the Brazil squad. So you had to use 11 Brazilian players in one club. And then they had another one where you had to use 11 first owner players. But the difference between last year and this year is last year we were playing division rivals. This year we're playing in a FUT league mode or FUT friendly mode called One League. So if we go back to One League, so this year EA dropped the One League game mode in friendlies. So what do you need for this one? You basically need a One League team, full 11 from One League, the bench from One League, and that's perfect for EA to do with icon swaps, and that's why they decided to do this. So it's possible that they do the same thing again, where you require, you play in the One League, but they can change it up and do something like, One Nation. So they'll have, you know, a playlist just like One League, but instead of One League, it'll be called One Nation, and you can only have players from One Nation in each team. And that's something we can see from EA, as it's pretty much easier to do than having everyone playing division rivals. So as we go back to the objectives, what we had the first time, right? We had a win 6 matches in the foot-friendly One League with at least 5 first-owner Premier League players, and they did that with all 5 leagues: Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, right? Perfect. So what I did to prepare myself for the next icon swaps, which I want to complete right away, I want to be the first one to complete, right, is build the top 9 nations, all right, a team for every top 9 nation, and then a team for the 5 top leagues. So let's start off with the Ligue 1. So I started with the Ligue 1, right? I built my team. I just needed 5 first owner players, right? I decided to go with these guys. I was like, all right, first 5 owner players, right? I have a bunch of cards that are loans, that are just, you know, objective cards. Listen, if you guys are seeing loans in the SBC section of the game, do them. They're basically free cards to do. Do all those loans. They will help a lot. They will help a lot to complete these objectives, especially if they're doing in friendlies, right? And you guys, if you guys didn't know, when you play objectives, or if you guys play friendly games with loan cards, you don't lose the games of the loan cards. So you can literally play unlimited games with Mbappe in friendlies modes with against your friends, or, you know, Magister Masterpiece and icon swap objectives. Anything, use your loans, make those loans in the SBCs. They're gonna be so much helpful with these icon swaps, right? And so let's look into the other teams, right? So we have our League One team, right? Let's go into look into a let's say into a nation team, right? So we have France. Boom. Again, I'm using Mbappe, loan card, right? I can use whenever I want. I got myself a Koundé that I completed an objective, right? Objective that took me, you know, a couple hours to complete, but still worth it, right? Mukiele, another objective that, you know, was able to be completed. Coleman, another objective. Urara, a very cheap SBC, right? And if you didn't want to do that, you can do the loan for free. I say free, but it's probably like 2,000 coins or something like that, right? Anyone can afford that, honestly. But if you don't have that, you can always go and use any first owner players you have, and you only need 5 first owner players from each either nation or league, right? So you only need 5. You use those 5 that you have, and then you can just go out and buy the rest of the players. So what I would do, right, if you don't have that many players, right, you will start off at the top, right? So if you want to start off with the French team, you start off with the French team, right? You buy players that you need for the French team, and then you sell them. Right when you're done using them, sell them away, and then start building the next team, which could be Spain, or it could be, you know, a La Liga team, or another team, right? And one tip that I have for you guys that are struggling, you know, with completing these fast enough, what the FIFA community has been doing this year has been, it's been like golden goal rule, right? So that's what this like invented thing by the FIFA community called the golden goal rule, where you can literally just go into a game, whoever scores first wins the game. And like 80% of the time, the FIFA community will follow that. And if they're the ones to get scored on first, then they'll just leave, right? Sometimes it takes 2 goals. But the trick to that, right? The trick to that, to getting that first goal first, is custom tactics. So what I suggested for you to do, right, is you can change, you know, the width and the depth however you want it. But what really matters, right, is going constant pressure and fast build-up. And trust me on this when I tell you, if you have constant pressure and fast build-up, your players are just going to be ramming. They're just going to be going and going and going. They're going to be going crazy, man. You get the ball and they're just going to be pushing up the field, and it's just going to suffocate your opponent, and you're going to be able to score goals faster. But the only problem with fast build-up and constant pressure is, obviously, your players are going to be dead by halftime, right? They're all going to be tired. Their fitness is going to be way low. But the reason why I want to do this is for that golden goal rule, right? You want to make sure that this is something you use when you're playing golden goal. Obviously, again, not everyone's gonna quit after 1 goal or 2 goals, but most of the community will. If your opponent doesn't quit by 2 goals, change it back to balance, or your normal custom tactics. But using that constant pressure and fast build up off the bat, right after kickoff, it helps so much with helping you, get that first goal before your opponent does. Obviously, you gotta be careful with those counter attacks. But if you're just pressing, your opponent's just gonna be suffocating. He's gonna be like, "Wow, this guy's really good," but he probably doesn't know that your custom tactics are just very, very pressy and stuff. And even you can use the in-game tactics, which is like the team pressure, when you like click down and then to the side on your controller. You can use that against your opponents, and they're gonna feel suffocated. They're gonna be like they're gonna feel like they can't do anything against you, and they're gonna be like, okay, well, this guy's too good, I'm just gonna quit, right? You want to do that. You want to make sure that you just have that, like, you have to make sure that your opponent feels like they have no chance against you. And then you're going to start getting your rage quits really early. People are going to rage quit. You're going to get faster. You're going to get done with your icon swaps a lot faster. But the only problem that I think EA would happen is putting a cap on your games. So obviously we have the 1 league, right? Last icon swaps, the online icon swaps, I completed all of those games, which is probably 30 wins. I completed that in 3 hours, right? Really fast. I was able to finish that super fast because I was just, pressuring my opponents, able to win those games really fast. But EA doesn't really like the fact that people are just quitting games, right? Or like, not even playing the games out, right? It's something they don't want. So what we could expect, and I hope it doesn't happen, is that EA makes some sort of game cap on the amount of games you can play daily, or maybe like weekly or something like that, in icon swap game modes, which we have seen before. There was an UCL objective not so long ago where EA decided to put a cap on the amount of games that you can play to complete that objective, right? I think it was like 20 matches you can play max, and if obviously you didn't get to complete the objectives in those 20 matches, right, you couldn't complete the objective at all, which sucks, right? But it made the community very upset. But their target was to make it so that people don't quit, right? They want people to play the game, which sucks because, with icon swaps, people just want to get done with their games and just, get to their icon packs or packs, whatever they want to get, and, have fun with their icons, right? That's what people want. But let's hope that EA doesn't do that this year, or doesn't do it this time around for the icon swaps objectives, and people are just able to get their icons and move. Alright, boys, and before I go, there was actually an objective last year where EA required you to have 11 UCL cards, right? 11 UCL cards. There was no need for first owners, right? It was just 11 UCL cards, win 7 games in Division Rivals, right? That was last year. This year, it's gonna be weird to see them trying to do that when, they'll have a game mode that's just 1 league or 1 nation. So I don't believe they'll have this game mode like that again this year. But listen, it doesn't hurt to buy players. If you're gonna buy players already for your La Liga teams, or your Bundesliga teams, or whatever teams, it wouldn't hurt to just buy some UCL cards, right? So instead of buying their normal gold cards, you guys can just buy the UCL versions and sort of think maybe try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone kind of thing, right? So obviously I already have this Varane and Mendy and Dembele for my La Liga squad, right? But they could be useful for a potential UCL squad. Again, there's probably like a 10% chance this would happen, right? Because again, it's gonna be hard for EA. Listen, we just never know, but it'll be hard for people to be able to get 1 league, all UCL cards, right? They will go extinct. All these UCL cards will go extinct, but it is possible. We can't say no to this. It is possible. And listen, if they're not expensive, if you're already buying these cards, they're normal cards or something like that, buy the UCO versions and just save yourself the headache in case they do it. And then boom, now you have the UCO cards. You don't have to worry about having to snipe them for 5 times as more, because it might happen, right? It might happen. It happened last year. Last year I remember when it did happen, although like the decent cards were almost extinct, right? So like players like Dembele, who are cheap and low rated, right? UCL cards, everyone wants to buy him, so boom, he goes extinct. You know what I mean? Someone like Ansu Fati as well, so who is a very decent card, right? For a 76 rated, this could go extinct. Honestly, I can see players like Llorente going extinct or something like that, or Diego Carlos going extinct, if obviously you do need these players. But if they do that, right, and they ask you to play 11 UCL cards, right, and they do have a La Liga, so now let's say you buy a full Premier League team with UCL cards, then you can do 2 objectives at once, right? That would be pretty smart. But just keep that in back in your mind. It did happen last year, but last year was division rivals. It could happen again. You just never know. Better to be ready than be surprised. Alright boys, well that's it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this, and if you guys thought this was helpful, make sure you guys drop a like and maybe a comment on the video. That would mean a lot to me. And if you guys do like this kind of videos, make sure you guys let me know in the comments so I can make more. Listen, I've been trying to put that grind on YouTube. So, you guys liking this and commenting on this and, telling me you guys enjoy this, it will make me want to make more, right? And maybe do some player reviews on objective cards, because I love objective cards. You guys see all my whole team is untradeable, by the way. Obviously, all the icons are untradeable. I think only Renato Sanchez from this team is tradable. Everything else is untradeable. I love my objective cards, my SBCs. You guys, maybe I'll do a club tour right before 2020 ends and show you guys all my objective cards. But I love objectives. I like to complete them right away. Maybe if I do some, player reviews on objective cards to see if it's worth grinding for, let me know if you guys want some of that. I can definitely do that. But again, if you guys have any questions about icon swaps, it drops tomorrow. All right, be ready. Don't get caught lacking now. All right, if you guys have any questions, you can comment down. I'll respond as fast as I can. Or if you guys want to head over to my Twitter or my Instagram, tubasuki on both, let me know. Send me a message and I'll try to reply to you guys as soon as possible, right? Take care and good luck in the icon swaps.